Welcome back to another episode of Adoptions from the Heart TV. I'm your host, Amanda Aliberti. We are super excited today because we are going to be sitting down with a birth father, Samai. Samai placed his son for adoption back in 2014, and he's going to talk about his experience of being a birth father. Now let's turn to Samai and Danielle.
All right, Samai, so thank you so much for coming. Tell us a little bit about when you first found out that you were expecting a child and how that transpired to you and the adoption.
So at the time that I found out that I was due to be a father again, I think it was just, it brought about a lot of joy for myself. I just wanted to recount and relive certain events that I had missed with my older child, who is now 17. But I guess at that time our relationship was a little rocky, strained, to be exact, and there was just a lot of miscommunications within our relationship, and we kind of became distant and separated. We stayed in contact for a little while afterwards, and she had went back to her previous relationship that she was in, that wasn't too conducive to herself and her children at the time. So I believe at that point in time she was thinking of adoption. At that time I wasn't fully condoning it. Regardless of our relationship, I still felt that, I could be a father to my child at that time. She didn't think so. So she went on and was introduced to Adoptions from the Heart. At that point in time, if adoption was the route that she was going, I thought it would be best if, I get to stir the pot as change the narrative as to what my part had played in it. At the beginning, I was a little how can I say, not we weren't in the best place. So I some of the paperwork I had kind of placed the blame as far as to her, and that's where all of my emotion was sat into it. So I came to the location in Wilmington and sat down. I think we were given three families to pick out of, and it was an easy pick, for the family that we had initially chose. Fast forwarding to the birth, I think she had reached out to me the night that she was due to deliver, and say, hey, I'm at the hospital. She didn't have nobody there to support her, so I came up. It was early in the morning. It was raining. Went up there and assisted with the labor. I believe, or I'm not too sure if I did cut the umbilical cord. Again, I was still a little emotional to it. And I think the family came up, Danielle had came up, and I went over, I met the family for the first time, and from there, I would think we had kind of formed a great relationship, to be exact. I think for the first year, I think that's how it is. Like for the first year, I'm allowed to get pictures. I think it went a little further than a year. I think, my visitations with my son was a little more than I think agreed upon. I had multiple visits. After that, I met my wife, and we had a child, and my 4-year-old now had the opportunity to spend time with his siblings at Children's Museum, Sesame Place. We went out to lunch. A great experience. I think the soft transition, as my experience would teach me, it was very nurturing. It was a very smooth, soft transition from where I was at first, where my mind state was, to now. I know for a fact that he is in a good place. and is happy. Enjoys a lot of things. Is the life of the party. Everybody loves him, and it's funny to hear certain things about your child that is not entirely with you, and then when you have children that are with you, like you would. It's funny how they're
Similar manner?
similar, and their characteristics are, the life of the party. Everybody loves them, and just light up the room once they enter the room.
Thank you so much, Samai, for giving a voice to birth fathers. Oftentimes, their experience is not heard, and we're really excited that you were able to share your story. Thanks so much, and tune in next week.